What separates extremely productive people from everyone else? Is it working longer hours? Better time management? Superior intelligence? After analyzing the daily routines of top performers across different industries, from CEOs to athletes to creative professionals, I discovered something that will change how you think about productivity forever. The most productive people don't work harder or longer. They've simply stolen and mastered 12 specific habits that multiply their effectiveness, while everyone else struggles with basic productivity. Here's the truth that nobody tells you. Productivity isn't about doing more things. It's about doing the right things in the right way at the right time. Extremely productive people have cracked the code on human performance. They understand their energy cycles. They leverage psychological principles, and they've built systems that make high performance feel effortless, while others are grinding and burning out. Think about someone you know who seems to accomplish in one day what takes others a week. They're not superhuman. They're not lucky. They've simply adopted habits that create exponential returns on their time and energy. The best part, these habits are completely stealable. You can implement them starting today and see immediate improvements in your output. I used to be the definition of busy but unproductive. I worked long hours, stayed late, brought work home, and still felt like I was drowning. My to-do list kept growing faster than I could complete it. I thought the answer was working even harder, but I was wrong. The answer was working completely differently. Then I discovered these 12 habits practiced by the most productive people I could find. Not the people who brag about hustle culture or working 100-hour weeks. The people who accomplish extraordinary things while maintaining balance, health, and sanity. When I started stealing and implementing their habits, everything changed. Within 1 month, I was accomplishing more in 4 focused hours than I used to in 10 scattered hours. The beautiful thing about these 12 habits is they create what I call productivity multiplication. Each habit doesn't just add value, it multiplies the effectiveness of everything else you do. When you stack them together, you don't get 12 times more productive, you get exponentially more effective because they work synergistically. But here's what most people get wrong about extreme productivity. They think it requires sacrifice, stress, or becoming a robot. It doesn't. True productivity is about working in harmony with your biology, psychology, and natural rhythms. It's about being strategic rather than just being busy. These 12 habits make you more productive while actually reducing stress and increasing satisfaction. Some of these habits will surprise you because they involve doing less, not more. They involve saying no, not yes. They involve rest, not constant hustle. But that's exactly why they work. Extremely productive people understand that productivity is about effectiveness per unit of energy, not just total hours worked. If you're tired of being busy without being productive, if you're ready to accomplish more while working less, if you want to steal the exact habits that separate top performers from everyone else, subscribe right now because these 12 habits will revolutionize your daily success. Habit 1, the 2-hour power block. The first habit extremely productive people use is protecting a 2-hour power block every single day. This is a sacred, uninterrupted period where they work on their most important task with complete focus. No meetings, no emails, no interruptions. Just deep, focused work on what matters most. Research shows that it takes 23 minutes to regain full focus after an interruption. Most people experience interruptions every 11 minutes, meaning they never achieve deep focus. Extremely productive people protect at least 2 hours daily, where deep focus is guaranteed. This is where their most valuable work happens. Schedule your power block during your peak energy time. For most people, this is morning, but know your own rhythm. During this block, phone off, notifications silenced, door closed. Treat it as non-negotiable as a surgery appointment. This single habit can double your meaningful output. Habit 2, the night before planning. The second habit is night before planning. Extremely productive people never start a day without knowing exactly what they need to accomplish. Every evening, they identify their top 3 priorities for tomorrow and schedule exactly when they'll work on them. This habit eliminates decision fatigue in the morning and ensures your most important work gets done before anything else can hijack your attention. You wake up with clarity and purpose instead of scrambling to figure out what to do. Your subconscious mind also works on your priorities overnight, priming you for success. Spend 10 minutes before bed reviewing tomorrow. What are your top 3 must-complete tasks? When exactly will you do them? What potential obstacles might arise? This simple planning ritual transforms chaotic days into strategic victories. Habit 3. The energy audit system. The third habit is maintaining an energy audit system. Extremely productive people track when their energy is highest and lowest throughout the day, then ruthlessly structure their work to match their energy levels to task demands. High-energy tasks like strategic thinking, creative work, and important decisions happen during peak energy periods. Low-energy tasks like email, administrative work, and routine activities happen during energy valleys. Most people do the opposite, wasting their best hours on trivial tasks. Track your energy for 1 week. Note when you feel most alert, creative, and focused. Then permanently restructure your schedule to align your most important work with your highest energy. This alignment can triple your effectiveness because you're finally working with your biology instead of against it. Habit 4. The meeting minimization protocol. Fourth habit is ruthless meeting minimization. Extremely productive people treat meetings as the last resort, not the default. They decline meetings without clear agendas, suggest asynchronous alternatives, and leave meetings where they're not adding or receiving value. Every hour in a meeting is an hour not spent on deep work. Every unnecessary meeting is a direct theft of productivity. Implement strict criteria. Decline meetings where you're not essential. Request agendas before accepting, and suggest email or recorded updates instead of live meetings whenever possible. This habit feels uncomfortable initially because it challenges workplace norms, but the productivity gains are massive. Reducing meetings by just 50% can effectively double your available productive time. Habit 5. The single-tasking discipline. The fifth habit is single-tasking discipline. Extremely productive people never multitask. They work on one thing at a time with complete attention, finish it or reach a natural stopping point, then move to the next task. This seems slower, but is actually dramatically faster. Multitasking reduces productivity by up to 40% and increases errors by 50%. Your brain can't actually multitask, it just switches rapidly between tasks. And each switch costs time and mental energy. When you single task, you enter flow states where quality and speed both increase exponentially. Close all tabs except what you're working on. Turn off all notifications. Set a timer for focused work. Complete one thing before touching another. This discipline feels constraining at first, but becomes liberating as you experience the power of undivided attention. Habit 6. The strategic. No practice. The sixth habit is mastering the strategic number. Extremely productive people say no to almost everything, so they can say yes to what truly matters. They understand that every yes to something unimportant is a no to something important. Most people say yes to too many commitments out of guilt, fear, or people-pleasing. Their calendars fill with obligations that don't serve their goals. Productive people protect their time fiercely. They have clear criteria for what deserves their attention and decline everything else, even good opportunities that don't align with their priorities. Practice saying, "I appreciate the offer, but I need to decline to protect my current commitments." You don't need elaborate excuses. A simple, respectful no is sufficient. This habit creates space for what actually moves your life forward. Habit 7. The batch processing system. The seventh habit is batch processing similar tasks together. Instead of checking email throughout the day, extremely productive people check it twice, once mid-morning and once mid-afternoon. Instead of making phone calls randomly, they batch them into one calling block. Every task switch costs mental energy. When you batch similar tasks, you stay in the same mental mode, dramatically increasing efficiency. You're not constantly shifting gears between different types of work, which depletes cognitive resources rapidly. Identify tasks you do repeatedly: email, calls, administrative work, errands. Instead of sprinkling them throughout your day, batch them into designated blocks. This simple reorganization can reclaim hours of productive time weekly. Habit 8. The physical reset ritual. The eighth habit is implementing physical reset rituals between work sessions. Extremely productive people take real breaks where they move their body, rest their mind, and recharge their energy. They understand that sustainable productivity requires regular recovery. Every 90 minutes of focused work, take a 10-15-minute break. Stand, stretch, walk, or do light exercise. Don't check email or social media, that's not rest. Give your brain genuine recovery time. These breaks seem like lost productivity, but actually increase total output by maintaining peak cognitive function throughout the day. The Pomodoro technique works because it respects natural attention cycles. Work intensely for 25-50 minutes, break for 5-10 minutes. This rhythm prevents burnout while maintaining high performance across longer periods. Habit 9. The technology boundary system. The 9th habit is establishing strict technology boundaries. Extremely productive people control their technology rather than being controlled by it. They use app blockers, turn off notifications, and create phone-free zones and times. The average person checks their phone 96 times daily. Each check breaks focus and triggers dopamine responses that make it harder to concentrate on important work. Productive people eliminate this constant distraction through boundaries. Phone stays off during power blocks. Social media is blocked during work hours. Email is only accessible during designated times. This habit feels extreme until you experience the clarity and focus it creates. Install Freedom, Cold Turkey, or similar blockers. Schedule specific times for social media and news. Your productivity will skyrocket when technology serves your goals instead of hijacking your attention. Habit 10. The weekly review ritual. The 10th habit is conducting a weekly review ritual. Every Sunday or Friday, extremely productive people spend 30-60 minutes reviewing the past week and planning the next. They assess what worked, what didn't, and how to improve. This meta-level reflection prevents you from working hard in the wrong direction. You identify patterns, optimize systems, and ensure your daily actions align with your bigger goals. Without this review, you can be busy for months without making real progress. Review. What did I accomplish? What didn't get done and why? What patterns do I notice? What needs to change? Then plan. What are my top 3 priorities for next week? What obstacles might I face? How will I address them? This ritual ensures continuous improvement and strategic progress. Habit 11. The morning win sequence. The 11th habit is starting every day with a morning win sequence. Before checking any messages or facing any demands, extremely productive people complete 3 small wins: 1 physical, 1 mental, 1 productive. This might be 10 minutes of exercise, 10 minutes of reading, and 30 minutes on your most important task. The specific activities matter less than the pattern. You win 3 times before the world gets any of your attention. This builds momentum and confidence that carries through the entire day. Starting your day with wins programs your brain for success. You've already accomplished meaningful things before most people have left bed. This creates psychological momentum that makes everything else easier. Habit 12. The Energy Protection Protocol. The 12th habit is the Energy Protection Protocol. Extremely productive people are militant about protecting their energy from draining people, negative content, and toxic environments. They understand that productivity isn't just about time management, it's about energy management. They limit time with energy vampires, curate their information diet carefully, and create environments that energize rather than deplete. They say no to draining obligations and yes to relationships and activities that restore them. This isn't selfish, it's strategic. You can't be productive when you're depleted. The transformation these 12 habits create is extraordinary. Before implementing them, most people are busy but ineffective, working long hours with little to show for it, constantly overwhelmed and behind. After mastering these habits, you accomplish more in less time. Work feels effortless rather than grinding, and you have energy left for life beyond work. Start by stealing 1 habit. Maybe protect a 2-hour power block, or implement night before planning. Master it for 2 weeks, then add another. Write in the comments which habit you're stealing first. If this revealed the secrets of extreme productivity, subscribe and share it. Remember, productive people aren't superhuman. They've just stolen the right habits. Now you have them too.